What's up guys, Albert here. Welcome back to the channel with another video. Today I'm talking about East Providence. I'm going to help you break down and understand East Providence, what's so great about it, what's not so great about it, and how it's separated into these three towns. Okay, before we get into the video, subscribe to our channel if you have any questions. I'm a local realtor here. This channel is dedicated to living in Rhode Island, showcasing the lifestyle so that if you're thinking about moving, you know that you have a resource of where to go and to get some information into the lifestyles, kind of some insider information. So subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, if you're thinking about moving here, reach out to me. Number is right below, or book a meeting with me directly. You can also do that. There's a link. It goes directly into my calendar, and I'd love to connect with you. So let's get into the video. All right, so East Providence, Rhode Island comprises of about 5 zip codes: 02860, 02906, 02914, 02915, and 02916. East Providence is a city in the Providence County of Rhode Island. It is separated into three main neighborhoods. Okay, so you have Rumford, you have East Providence, and then you have Riverside. So think of Rumford, East Providence, and Riverside. Riverside is closer to Barrington, and then Rumford is closer to the east side. East Providence obviously is in the middle. That connects to the highway, brings you right down to Providence, and all that good stuff. So the population in East Providence is right about 47,000. 93% of the population is American citizens. The median household income is about $65,000, and then the average rating for public schools is a B-. Okay, actually lately one of the public schools in East Providence has had a major renovation. I believe it was about a $70 million project. They got it done super quickly, which was very impressive, but it's really nice. They got beautiful football fields, tennis, multiple things. It's an amazing school. Another thing I want to talk about East Providence is the median sales price of property right now. Obviously, that's what I do. So I looking at those things. I like sharing it with you guys. The median sales price of a property in Rhode Island right now is about $367,000, right? When we first started making these videos, which was about 2.5 years ago, that number was much lower. That number was about $300,000 or $320,000. But guess what? This year, for the first time, probably in the last 6 or 7 years, the median sales price has dropped by 0.54 points, so 0.5%. It is super interesting, but it has happened. Obviously, it's a reflection of the market. It's also a combination of how quickly East Providence exploded and appreciation went up by 20 or 30%, like I was saying earlier. Because that was happening, people kept listing properties thinking that they're going to get even more than the neighbor, even more than their neighbor. And then we've seen some price reductions lately. The number of homes, another very interesting factor to keep in mind is the number of homes sold. The number of homes sold in 2023, it dropped by 27%. That is a really big number if you think about it. And the number of homes sold is 27% less than it was in 2022. This is a combination of high interest rate and also a combination of people liking it here. People like living in East Providence. It's super convenient. It's a great town. It's a clean town. And just the location is fantastic. You can get to Providence really quickly. You can also go to Barrington, go to Warren, go to Bristol if you want to have fun. Access to the highway if you need to go to Boston or travel further. It's just a very convenient location. So that's why people love East Providence, love to be here. One of the reasons why less and less people are selling their homes, right? There's other reasons with the interest rates, but I don't want to bore you with that, but this is an important reason to keep in mind. All right, so let's get a little bit onto these separate neighborhoods so that you guys can have an idea of what you're looking at, right? Okay, so first let me just talk a little bit about Rumford, Rhode Island. Rumford, Rhode Island is in the northern section of East Providence, so the northern section of east of the city. The Rumford section of the city borders Seekonk, Massachusetts, Pawtucket on the east side. So like it borders towns in Massachusetts, but also the east side, and it attracts a certain kind of buyer who's looking to move there, which is important to keep in mind. A buyer who's looking to be closer to the east side, the east side of Providence, that is, so closer to that lifestyle. That's really kind of who it attracts, but also the kind of buyer who maybe works in Massachusetts, like works in Attleboro or North Attleboro, or needs to take the train and has more business in that area. Also, that kind of buyer is attracted in that area of the town. It's a really cool, super clean town, really cool vibes, older properties, updated historic homes, but it's really nice. So now we'll drop from Rumford to the middle of the city, which is obviously East Providence, which is located in the middle. With a small downtown area in East Providence, you will find more restaurants, more things to do, a big Portuguese community with a lot of really cool Portuguese restaurants, kind of like hidden spots that locals know about it, but really cool. Like one of the spots that if you're in the area, you should check out is called Odinese. It's super popular. There's always a line on the street. Like it doesn't matter if it's summer or winter, it's always busy, always jamming in there. So it's a really cool spot. Another thing that is really cool about East Providence is that you have easy access to the East Bay bike path, which starts in Providence and then goes obviously through East Providence, through Barrington, through Warren, and all the way down to Bristol. You can come back up. It's got some great scenic water views while you're going through it. It's super cool, very popular, something to keep in mind for sure. The average price of a home in East Providence has increased by a bit. Even since we started making these videos, or really in the last 5-6 years, you could easily find cool starter home here for $280,000, $290,000 a couple of years ago. Now you can't really touch anything unless it's around $380,000 in this area. So that's something that has changed with the growing popularity of the city. And unfortunately, I don't see it changing anytime soon because the city is only getting better. Leadership involved is also getting better, and people care about East Providence. It's something to keep in mind that I don't see prices going back to that at all. I think prices are going to stay here and most likely are going to continue to go up. All right, so the last important neighborhood is Riverside. Actually, we recently just bought a house. So I personally live in Riverside right now. We just renovated our house. I'm actually in my house right now, and it's a great neighborhood. It's a great area. I'm a huge fan of it, and I honestly believe that in the next 3 to 5 years, it's going to continue to become more and more popular. One of the main reasons why is because of how it's located on the Providence River. So there's a lot of low-key, hidden gem type waterfront properties that you could still buy for $350,000, $400,000 because, you know, they're out of shape, they're not renovated, so they do need some work. But you can literally buy those properties and renovate them. And I'm talking, you have prime time water views where you have the city skyline in Providence, you can see the Providence windmills, and you can see the sunset every night. So it's pretty amazing. Obviously, the access through the East Bay bike path is right there. So I do, not only because I live here now, but I really do believe in the neighborhood. I think this neighborhood is only going to continue to get better and better. And then on top of that, it's so close to Barrington. Literally a 8-minute drive, not even 8 minutes, you're right there in Barrington, then close to Warren and Bristol. So if you're looking to go out in that area, or if you have an office, which Barrington has some offices and work like that, it's really close, it's right there. Again, not far from Providence, 10 minutes, you're downtown Providence, also easy access to Massachusetts. It makes it a very attractive area. These are also qualities of just East Providence in general, but Riverside is going to continue to go up and get even more and more exclusive, and properties are most likely going to increase in value. If I were to think of the average increase between these three neighborhoods, Rumford has always been super strong, but I do believe that Riverside is going to catch up because Rumford attracts the crowd that is into the east side, hang out there. It's because it's really close over there, and Riverside is going to start attracting the crowd that likes a waterfront, take advantage, but you have to kind of have the vision that it's not there yet, but it's going to get there. And I see it because any area where there is waterfront real estate, it always goes up. It's just a matter of time until people discover it, they start renovating those properties, and then boom, it just keeps going. So there you have it. This is the video about East Providence, these three neighborhoods. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, call me. My number is right here. Book a meeting with me directly. I'd love to connect with you, and subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions, again, you know where to find me. See you in the next video.